In 1967, during the Cold War and the escalating space race, the Outer Space Treaty was adopted to address the growing concerns about the militarization of space and the escalating competition between superpowers. The urgency of establishing rules for space activities was driven by fears that space could become another theater of conflict, particularly after early Cold War developments such as the launch of Sputnik by the Soviet Union in 1957 and subsequent missile tests, which demonstrated the potential for space-based military capabilities. Officially known as the Treaty on Principles Governing the Activities of States in the Exploration and Use of Outer Space, including the Moon and other celestial bodies, it established the foundation of modern space law. This treaty ensures that space remains a domain for peaceful exploration and the benefit of all humankind. Let's examine its key provisions and their relevance today. Key principles of the Outer Space Treaty. 1. Peaceful use of space. The treaty declares that outer space, including the Moon and other celestial bodies, shall be used exclusively for peaceful purposes. It prohibits placing nuclear weapons or any weapons of mass destruction in orbit or on celestial bodies, preventing space from becoming another battleground. This principle paved the way for international cooperation in satellite communications, space research, and planetary exploration, exemplified by missions such as the Apollo-Soyuz mission, which marked the first joint U.S.-Soviet spaceflight and symbolized détente during the Cold War, and the International Space Station, ISS, a long-term project involving multiple countries working together for peaceful space exploration. 2. Non-appropriation principle. The treaty states that no country can claim sovereignty over outer space or any celestial body. Outer space is the common heritage of all humankind, preventing any nation from claiming exclusive rights to the Moon or other planets. This principle aligns with other international agreements, such as the Antarctic Treaty, which similarly designates Antarctica as a region dedicated to peace and scientific research. This fosters shared responsibility and encourages international collaboration on missions and discoveries. 3. No military activities on celestial bodies. The treaty prohibits military bases, installations, or weapons testing on celestial bodies. All space activities are intended for peaceful purposes, ensuring a stable environment for exploration and scientific study. This principle remains relevant as countries develop advanced military technologies that could operate in space. 4. Responsibility for national activities. States are responsible for the activities of both their governmental and non-governmental entities in outer space. This means countries must regulate private companies operating in space to ensure compliance with treaty principles. As private companies push the boundaries of space exploration, governments must balance innovation with international peace and accountability. This can be achieved through public-private partnerships, fostering collaboration while ensuring compliance with international norms. Additionally, developing international regulatory frameworks can help create consistent guidelines that support innovation without compromising safety and peaceful use. A recent example of a successful public-private partnership is NASA's collaboration with SpaceX through the Commercial Crew Program, which enabled SpaceX to develop the Crew Dragon spacecraft, successfully ferrying astronauts to the ISS since 2020. 5. Avoiding harmful contamination. The treaty commits to avoiding harmful contamination of space and celestial bodies. This includes preventing contamination of celestial bodies by Earth organisms and protecting Earth from extraterrestrial matter. This principle ensures that space remains a pristine environment for scientific study and that Earth is safeguarded from unintended risks. As missions to Mars and other celestial bodies increase, maintaining the integrity of these environments is crucial for scientific research and planetary protection. 6. Assistance and cooperation. Astronauts are regarded as envoys of humankind, and the treaty emphasizes cooperation and mutual assistance. States are required to help astronauts in distress and share information about space activities, fostering collaboration. This principle has been crucial for international partnerships, such as the International Space Station, ISS, where astronauts from different nations work together on scientific research and technology development. Modern challenges to the treaty. private space exploration. With companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin becoming major players, questions arise about their obligations under the treaty. Governments must ensure private entities respect principles of peaceful use and non-appropriation. Resource extraction. The treaty forbids appropriation of celestial bodies, but space mining raises legal and ethical questions about ownership and profit sharing. Developing an international framework will be essential to ensure resource extraction benefits all of humanity. Space debris. Space debris is a growing issue with thousands of satellites in orbit. The treaty encourages avoiding harmful contamination, but lacks a framework to address the debris problem. New agreements and technologies for debris removal are needed to mitigate risks, such as active debris removal missions using robotic arms or nets, and international cleanup programs like the European Space Agency's Clear Space One initiative. Looking ahead. The Outer Space Treaty laid the foundation for peaceful and cooperative space exploration, but it needs updating to reflect modern space activities. With goals like colonizing Mars, establishing lunar bases, and mining asteroids, new agreements are needed to address current challenges. Space belongs to all of us, and keeping it peaceful requires international collaboration and forward-thinking policies such as the Artemis Accords, which establish guidelines for responsible lunar exploration and cooperation. The treaty provided the foundation, but we must adapt it to meet future challenges and ensure that space exploration benefits all of humanity.